The beta for Trickcal Chibigo finally it's here. It's only available on Japan and Taiwan, but we got access to the Japanese one, and I want to talk a little bit about all the differences between global and of course the Korean version, because there are a lot of changes. I don't know why companies, every time there is a global version, they decide that it's time to change the whole fucking game, but here we are once again. Now, to be fair, the majority of the changes are changes that I kind of like, okay? So for some reference, and we'll go over all of this in a second, but the changes on the left are changes I like. On the middle is things that I don't know how they will affect the meta long term, and on the right there are things I heavily dislike. To be also honest, these two are more of a me, I dislike these two, but these two are the only ones that I feel it's a downgrade over the Korean version. So, before we start, as usual, hello the internets, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, cheeky game, aka Trickcal Revive. We're gonna be talking a little bit about the Japanese beta and everything that has changed, because this is the version we're gonna be getting in global as well. So, leave a like, subscribe, have a look at the channel, and let's get started with everything that has changed. There is no specific order into the things that we're gonna be talking about, just everything that I found that it's different on this version and the Japanese one. Starting with character synergy. I believe this is a pretty good change, honestly. So on the Korean version right now, and I'm gonna be switching a lot in this video, sorry if that's annoying while you guys are watching, but I will be switching between Korean, Japanese, and of course Figma to show the pictures. On the current version for the Trickcal Revive, you don't bother with meta. There is not a fixed meta because people just run full elemental teams. If I move my camera so you guys can see this, if I'm running 6 characters of the same element, I get 100% HP and 100% extra attack. Huge. So as long as you're running 2-3 really good characters and 2-3 fillers, you are set. You don't need to worry about meta. This is something some people might like, some people might dislike, but it limits team building a lot. A lot. So for the global version, they are changing these bonuses, and they're gonna be a lot slower. As you can see, if you're running 6 characters of the same element, you're gonna be getting 66% of HP and attack instead of 100%. Not only that, but on the Japanese version, the other thing that they are doing as well is synergies between races. So there are elves, there are your fairies, there are your dragon girls, and now when you are running synergies with these characters, as you can see right here, the percentages are lower, but you will also be getting synergies between different races you have right here, and it's going to be bringing you different types of bonuses. So this is pretty cool, and this will allow us on the global version to actually do proper team building. Like I was saying earlier, on the Korean version right now, the meta is just slap the same element together. For raids, it's just at least 6 characters of the same element and then a few of the stronger pilgrims together, and you're good to go around. So this is a good change because it will allow people to actually think about the teams they're building, what races they want to be putting together, and have more characters they like together without having to worry about these huge bonuses for elemental. So I think that is a good change. The next thing that they have changed, and this is actually quite a big one, to buff all characters, they have decided to add a passive to every single unit in the game. This is not just to underwhelming characters. So if I come to Xion right here, and I come to Xion right here, and in fact, let's actually, so you guys can see this better, put versions side by side, right? This is Xion on both versions, right? On the left we have Korean, on the right we have Japanese. As you can see, there is skill 1, there is a skill 2, which is the same, and now on the Japanese one there is a passive skill. The last one is always the basic attack, but the Japanese version has added a passive skill to every single character in the game. And this is pretty good because this will allow them to buff all characters. In fact, a lot of characters have also been changed in Rarity. This is a 50-50, we'll see how this plays out long term. For example, this girl was a 2-star, now it's a 3-star. This is the one we're getting for free with the registration rewards. I've been using her. Her damage is not awful, but I don't think she's gonna be meta anytime soon, to be honest. Okay, she's kind of underwhelming, but it's a free 3-star. That's the other thing they have changed, passives for every single character in the game. Some people might like this, some people might dislike this. I think it's pretty good. The next thing I wanna talk about is this 30% right here, and making characters your favorite units. So Trickcal has a system where you can make up to 6 characters. Right now, myself, I only have 3 of them available, but up to 6 characters, your favorite characters. So what this will do is increase the stats of this character based on the rarity. 3-star characters will get an 8% increase on all stats, 2-star characters a 10%, and 1-star characters a 15%. This has changed on the global version. Now all rarities, doesn't matter which one it is, will get a 30% increase in stats, which is crazy. This, I assume, has been done so you can run whatever favorite characters you have on your team without having to worry that they are too weak. At the same time, this poses the question of, then why bother even having the synergies on the first place, because everyone will just put this favorite system in place. Now, you cannot favorite Pilgrim characters. Pilgrim characters in this game are actually called Eldains, like for example Xion, and you cannot favorite those. They are usually stronger, so even without the 30%, they will perform better than the other characters. After this, the next change is the Battle Pass. So the Battle Pass is actually a little bit better on the beta. So for global, it's gonna be a little bit better because we are getting more gems, more free gems when you buy the expensive Battle Pass right here. The rest stays the same, is the same materials, is the same experience to level up. Everything here is the same. We are getting a little bit more materials here. On these skill materials, it's a little bit more on the paid version, but it's not like a big difference that will, make or break the game. The gems you get on Korea are 800 and here is 1280. So a nice thing, I will say. More gems is more gems, we take them. The other thing that has been changed on the global version is the requirement to beat some of the stages. I am not sure if this is just because we don't have all the chapters. On the Korean version, you cannot die even once in order to get 3 stars. But in here, what they have done is that you cannot die a specific number of times. So if you die more than 3 times, you're not getting the 3 stars, which is a little bit more comfortable to actually clear and get all the rewards. You can do this over time, you don't need to get 3 stars the first time, but in order to be able to sweep a level, you need 3 stars, so it's a nice change, always welcome. The next thing, as you can see, is free resources every day. On the Korean version right now, these resources are sent to your mail every day. So you, on the mail, will be getting 50 of this Dark Stamina, Star Candy, and then 100 normal candy. For this global version, we have like a small event tab and you get them here, which is nice. You don't have to be worrying about your mail or missing it out. You just log in one time at the end of the day and you'll be able to claim both of these. A small quality of life instead of having it on the mail. And then the next thing that they have added that this was not on the Korean version is the first time purchase of bonus. You will be getting some singles the first day and food, more singles on the second day, and a skin for the free character. And I can show you guys this skin already because it should be in game. So this is for the free character we are getting, which her name should be Levi unless they change it, and her skin is going to be this one right here, which is a nice skin, a nice cute skin that you get for spending any amount of money in the game. So that's like the other thing they included that is not, as far as I know, on the Korean version. Now let's move into the things that I don't know how they will affect the meta long term, right? There is a few things. The first one, and this one I personally dislike, but it is what it is, we'll see, is the boards, the Crayon boards. I've shown this system already, but Crayon boards are a complicated actual mechanic in this game that is the long-term grind. The TLDR, so you understand this pretty simple and we don't have to go in depth, is that these nodes that are glowing apply to everyone in the account. These nodes that are glowing even more is the same, but it's percentage instead of flat stats. Normal nodes only for this character, glowing nodes to everyone in the account. The problem is that these nodes have been nerfed a lot in this global version. I don't know if the income for gold crayons or the currency required to activate them will be increased in exchange, but what you get, the resources you are getting, right, the stats have been halved, at least half. As you can see right here on the Korean version, I will be getting a 6% mixed physical and magical attack on this node, while on global you're getting a 3%, in some cases even less. So this is something that I don't know how the current balance of the game is. I'm telling you the change, but I don't know how it will affect the game long term. This is also, to be fair, the Crayon boards, it's something you will only grind really long term. So it's not that bad, but it's a huge increase of combat power in Korea. The other thing that has been changed is the monthly cards. They have removed one of them. So if I go to Korea and I go to the shop, to the actual paid shop, there are 3 monthly cards. One for gems, one for star candy, and one for normal candy stamina. Star candy, this one right here, it's a really important resource. You only get 180 per day. You can recharge 3 times only and nothing else until the next reset. You don't have any more. So this monthly card has been completely removed on the global version, and what we get instead, it's an extra gem card, which is going to be giving you a lot more gems than the normal one. so you can have all three of them. Some people will like this because they prefer currency rather than stamina. Some people will dislike this. I would prefer to have all of them, but it's what it is. Also, the normal stamina card gives more stamina in global than in the Korean version, but once again, we do not have the dark stamina one. The next thing that they have changed as well is the cost to increase your skills. So this is a 50-50. As you can see, this is the price in global on top, 600, and on the bottom is the price on the Korean version, 390, 380 versus 90, 180 versus 30. This is from level 1 to level 10. Now, it is more expensive in global, but you don't need dupes. To explain this, if I come here to Xion, I can level up her skills up to level 12. As long as I have the resources, I can go to level 12. In Korea, however, you cannot level up the skills past level 10 if you do not have dupes. If you don't have the character at 4 and 5 stars, you cannot keep going up. So if I go to a character with 3 stars right here, and I go to her skills on Celine, you'll see that I can only go to level 10. I cannot go past this. If I wanted to, I need more dupes. So it's more expensive, but you can go higher for free without needing to worry about dupes. That's what I said, it's a 50-50, and I'm not sure how I feel about it until we can actually grind when the version comes out and see the income for these resources. The next thing they have changed is the beginner banner selector. So this is a selector on day 2 you get for free, and you're gonna be getting a few of them as you play. This selector is quite shit. There should be a better one on day 7, I believe, but this selector is quite trash. The characters that you can get here are all pretty bad. I will say just pick whatever you like the most in terms of design. Probably Diane on the left is the best pick. We'll talk about all of these things before the game comes out, since recommending things now wouldn't even make sense because we don't know when the game is coming out. But the first selector you get, it's kind of trash, and I will say pick your waifu. The other thing that they have removed is the training system. Removing the training system is actually pretty good because it's a boring system. It's a system that didn't make a lot of sense here. This system is different farms where you can put different characters or training camps, whatever you want to call them, and they will get passive stats. You will be leveling this up with a specific currency, but this just is passive stats, and this takes a long time to level up. So in exchange, they have completely removed this system in the global version. I don't know where these stats will be coming from, because for example the HP is 10,000 HP, it's pretty nice, right? But the rest of the stats is not as important because it's flat and it's pretty low. This system has been completely removed on the global version, and there is no alternative for now. This also means a lot of my guides are basically useless, and I need to rewrite them. Literally all of the guides here are useless right now, and I will be rewriting them while the Japanese beta is ongoing. And then the other system that I want to talk about is the crayons. Like I was saying earlier, the crayon system is the long-term grind for this game. On the Korean version, you can start grinding gold crayons, the highest crayons, the best ones, at the stage 5, which is pretty nice. But on the Japanese and the beta version, right, you cannot grind this until level 10. But in exchange, they have reduced the requirements, the combat power, by a lot. So if I come here, sorry, it's stage 9, not 10. Stage 9 is the first one where you'll be able to get gold crayons, but the combat power requirement is a lot lower. On Korea, it took a while before you could beat level 10. I have beaten level 10 here in 2 days. You could probably beat this in the first day if you play enough. So that is pretty nice. I don't know how it will affect long-term the progression. We have to wait and see. That's what it's on the middle. And then now all of that out of the way, let's go over the changes that I actually dislike a lot. First, the ones that are a little bit more of a meme for me, and then we'll go over the ones that I believe are shit changes. The first one is the shop. So there is a normal shop in the game, like every single gacha, to exchange for resources, right, for gift and whatnot, and this is pretty much the same, but they have removed ads. Now the ads could be added after the beta, but I would love if this does stay here. This is a good way for people who want to watch ads to get extra resources and support the developer without having to spend money. I like them. On the beta, they are not here. I would prefer if we can get this system back. The other thing that I dislike is that there is no global beta. Most likely after this Taiwanese and Japanese CBT, we will go into the release in a couple months. The problem is that there is a rebate as usual to spend money, but this will not be available to English players at any given point. Now, I'm putting this in here because this is me complaining about not being able to well. That's what I'm saying. This is more of a meme for most people don't care than an actual complaint in the game or a system that's important, right? I want to spend money. Epic, please let me spend money. Now let's go into the actual 2 changes that are pretty bad in my opinion. The first one is the cards. There is a card system in this game, which while you are playing, you will be able to equip into your characters to make them stronger. This card system also has a free shop in here. You can pull them as a normal gacha, or with gold, you can buy every single day, as you can see here, a lot of different ones. Even with gems, if you wanted to be leveling them up, you can. You can get blue cards, green cards, and purple cards for gold. You just need to get lucky. This free shop is either not on the beta or has been completely removed. For now, I'm going to assume they will include it later, but as of right now, it's nowhere to be seen. I would prefer if this is not only a gacha, because with the free system, you can actually get a lot of cards, but we'll see what they do over time. The other change they have made that I heavily dislike is the elevator system. Now, I cannot show you the Korean elevator because it only opens once every week, and when you clear it, you cannot enter again, it's clear. The elevator system in Korea, every elevator gives different resources depending on the one you are clearing. It has been completely scrapped. Now it's a normal elemental tower that gives you shards that might give you a 1-star character or a 3-star character. Every few floors, you also get shards for guaranteed 3-star units. But personally, the other resources you were getting on the Korean version were a lot better because you could pick what you needed the most at that moment. I understand some of them didn't make sense for global, but still, at this change, I just don't like. I don't like elemental towers. It's a lazy game mode that every other single gacha in history has. The Korean elevator is a lot better, and it's more unique in the sense of what you want to progress and what you want to clear. As you can see, I cannot enter until 2 more days have passed. So those are all the changes so far that I found. I don't think there is anything else that has changed, but if I find it, I'll make a separate video probably in a couple of weeks when the beta is about to end with my final impressions. These changes, for the most part, are decent to balance the game, to make more characters usable, to rebalance all units, etc. But some of them are just stupid. I just don't understand why companies cannot publish the game as it is from one region to the other. I don't understand why they always have to think that the market is gonna be that different, that the players care, but the reality is that players, if they are interested in the game, while the game is only available in your region, they want that product specifically, not change it. That's it, that's just me complaining as usual about gacha companies because all of them seem to be kind of retarded. It is what it is. That's it, that's gonna be it for this video. As usual, we are live every single day. Any questions you guys might have about Cheeky Game, leave them down below and I will be answering them. And so, good luck with your pool dinner eats, and I'll see you in the next one.